Few stories for you. Firstly, Oromo Liberation Army OLA has released two statements. The statements are about drone strikes and civilian killings in three places: Dera, Baggy, and West Shiva Zone. We'll have a look at the statement. Secondly, if you remember, I think 3 weeks ago, I did a video. I told you about some secret meetings between Ethiopian government elders and political prisoners, especially Oromo prisoners like Jawar Mohammed and Bekele Gereba and Skandar Naga of Baldiras as well. I told you that talks were underway and the leaders could be released in coming days. Now, just an hour ago, Wazima Radio shared a news. It's a breaking news. Wazima Radio is making some claims about the release of Jawar Mohammed, Bekele Gereba, and Skandar Naga. We'll have a detailed look at this news because if they are released, it could be a huge development. And what effect will it have on the ongoing war? That is also an important point. Firstly, viewers, Oromo Liberation Army has released a statement today. OLA says that drone strikes are being conducted by Ethiopian Air Force in two places. Firstly, Dera Woreda. Dera Woreda is on Oromia-Amhara border. I did two videos about killings in this Woreda. Both Amharas and Oromos are accusing each other of civilian casualties in Dera Woreda. Secondly, Baggy town, which is in East Valaga. Here also OLA says that drone strikes have been conducted. And secondly, Oromo Liberation Army is claiming in this statement that civilians, dozens of civilians have been killed by government forces in West Shiva zone of Oromia region. So OLA says that drone strikes are underway on civilian targets and civilians are being killed in Oromia, like Tigray government says that civilians are being killed in drone strikes on Tigray. Second, viewers, breaking news, and the most important news story of today is about Jawar, Bekele Gereba, and Skandar Naga, who have been in prison for more than a year. Jawar was put in prison after Hachilo's murder. I think he was arrested in July last year. Not last year, it was 2020 July when he was taken into custody. Wazima Radio just an hour ago claimed that today, yes, Jawar, Bekele Gereba, and Skandar Naga are going to be released. 3 weeks ago, I did a news story. I told you about some secret meetings between Ethiopian government elders and the leaders of these parties, OFC and Baldiras. And there were speculations back then that these leaders could be released. Then we saw a statement of Somali region President Mustafa Umar. He had said that national dialogue will be held in regions too, and regions will do it independently. All stakeholders will be part of this dialogue. He had mentioned Oromo prisoners and Oromo Liberation Army as well, that these players would be part of dialogue in Oromia. So his statement was a hint that Oromo political leaders could be released. Now, Wazima said that today Jawar, Bekele Gereba, and Skandar Naga could be released. It says they're going to be released. Christmas celebrations underway in Ethiopia. Some Tigrayan prisoners were also released yesterday by Addis Ababa police. Addis Ababa police issued a statement saying some detained members of supporters of TPLF had been released who were not active members of Tigray Preparation Front. So, in connection with Christmas, we could see release of Jawar, Bekele Gereba, and Skanega. The question, viewers, is that what will be the impact of this release on political scene of the country and on the ongoing war between Tigray and Ethiopian government forces. If you remember, OFC, Oromo Federalist Congress of Jawar Bekele Gereba, it boycotted national election. OFC boycotted, OLF boycotted, PP contested almost single-handedly, not single-handedly, PP contested unopposed in Oromia, and Abiy Ahmed was elected as the PM. Now, will these released leaders, Jawar, Bekele Gereba, will they accept PM Abiy as the Prime Minister of Ethiopia for this term, for 5-year term? Important question. And secondly, will they support the ongoing war, or will they oppose it? Will they remain neutral? That is also important, viewers. But if they are released, it means that a deal, an agreement has been struck between Ethiopian government and these leaders. We could not see alliance between Oromo leaders and TPLF if they are released now, because it would mean that they have struck a deal with Ethiopian government. Very important development, viewers. Mustafa Umar had said a few days ago that TPLF will be sidelined once Oromo political prisoners were released. It seems that they plan to isolate TPLF. Ethiopian government leaders, they want to isolate TPLF. Tigray Preparation Front has been trying to forge an alliance with Oromo Federalist Congress and Oromo Liberation Front, but it could not. Instead, it joined hands with Oromo Liberation Army. We saw a 9-member alliance announced several weeks ago in the US, but main Oromo parties were not part of that alliance. If you remember, viewers, when the alliance was formed, I had said that OFC and OLF should have been convinced by TPLF to join the alliance. Otherwise, Ethiopian government would approach them and they might announce some sort of truce with Ethiopian government. That is what is happening now, that it seems Oromo Federalist Congress leaders, they have reached some sort of understanding with Ethiopian government leaders. That is why Jawar, Bekele Gereba and Skanega could be released. Now, what remains to be seen is after release scenario, post-release scenario, what will these leaders do after their release? How will they behave politically? We'll try to keep you updated. We'll try to update you when the actual release happens. We're monitoring developments. So, Zim Radio says that they're going to be released in coming hours. We'll update you. Thanks for watching.